Today is August 22nd. It's about 6:30 in the evening. Tonight we are on the Zoom call interview venue that we have for the Spirit of VMI with the candidate for the 30th Senate District in Virginia, Mr. Bill Woolf. Hello, Bill.
Good evening, gentlemen. Pleasure to be with you.
Thank you very much. Also with me, with us is our. By the way, I'm Matt Daniel. I'm the chairman of the Spirit of VMI Political Action Committee. With us is the vice chairman, Clint Hubbard. Hello, Clint.
Hi, Matt. Thanks for joining us today, Mr. Wolf. Look forward to our conversation.
My pleasure, Mr. Hubbard.
Call me Clint, please.
Bill, backstory, I gave him hell last night for never saying hi, Matt. They always say hi to the candidate, never say hi to me. I'm like, what the heck, man? So also with us is class of 1988 political strategist, the PAC's chief political strategist, Mr. Joe Eli, hailing from Florida.
Thanks, Matt. Hello, Bill. Thanks for coming.
Mr. Eli, pleasure to meet you, sir.
And by the way, Clint Hubbard is class of 1986. We got to treat him pretty poorly when he was a cadet at VMI. So, Bill, I don't know if you know anything about the Spirit of VMI, but basically the Spirit of VMI was established in the 2021 timeframe, established to elevate, actually as a result of the political assault that was levied by Ralph Northam and the Congressional Black Caucus and friends that levied accusations that were carried by the media and continue to be carried by the media. So we were established to elevate the concept and the idea that VMI is good. And it's good because of the value proposition that it provides, not only the state of Virginia, but also the nation. Because of its product of cadets and alumni of honor and integrity and patriotism and citizen soldier ethos. So that's what we're here for. We're here to try to get the right people in place, and hopefully those right people, when they get put in place, are going to answer the phone when we call and just want to talk with them about how things are going. So that's what we are, and I know I explained that to you in our earlier call. I wonder if you can tell
Matt,
us. Yeah, go ahead.
Matt, if I may interject, there's another person on the line, Thomas's iPhone.
Yeah,
not sure who that is.
That's their political. That's
okay.
The campaign
he's my handler, Clint. He's the handler.
Good deal. Just want to make sure. Just want to make sure he's supposed to be here.
Thomas is a good man. I spent some time talking with Thomas on the phone today. He's a good man. So Clint, thanks for doing that. As you might imagine, Bill, we do have some people who try to sneak in every once in a while and do a James on us. So every once in a while. But if you can tell us a little bit about the 30th district and about what you're hearing. I mean, just what I want you to do is just kind of take it away. Tell us what you're hearing and tell us about your district. Over.
Thank you, sir. Well, again, thank you all for taking this time to meet with me this evening. I have an incredible amount of respect for VMI as an institution, but more importantly for all the young people that go through that program and come out as leaders in the next generation. I think the work that's being done there is incredibly important. I'm extremely excited to be a resident, a member of the community in the 30th District. Geographically, we make up the cities of Manassas Park, and then Western Prince William County. So you can kind of trace the county line in the western part, and that makes up the 30th District. Newly formed district this year after redistricting, so there's no incumbent. It's an open seat district, and we have 3 House districts that sit underneath of us, at least in whole or part. Very diverse community. It's really a pleasure and an honor to get out and to meet so many of the unique folks that live in District 30. From those that are, we've got a large population of first generation Americans. We have well-established Americans that have been here for many, many years. We've got entrepreneurs, we've got government workers, you name it, we've got it here in District 30, and also small businesses. But I think what is most important and what I love most about District 30 are the families. We still have a solid sense of community throughout District 30, where so many people will come together. A couple of weeks ago, we had National Night Out, where people came at so many different celebrations across the district to come out and as community and stand up against things like crime. We see that rallying. Just this morning, we were privileged to have Governor Youngkin visit one of our iconic spots, the Jukebox Diner, and I got to join him. We went back in the kitchen to cook some breakfast for folks in the 30th. But I have to tell you, that diner was packed. Packed with people that were just excited for where Virginia is going, the potential that it has. And I think that you talk about the spirit of VMI. I certainly could talk about the spirit of District 30, or the spirit of Virginia that is alive and well in District 30.
Awesome. Thank you for that description. Can you tell us about how the door knocking is going and what you're hearing from your future constituents?
We're getting great reception at the doors. We talk to folks. It's very interesting. I think to some extent, my opponent would like to tell you that there's certain issues that are most important to those in the district, and I have to say it just shows that she's out of touch. What we're hearing at the doors, people are concerned about crime. In Prince William County, which is my lifelong home, we have seen a 23% increase in property crimes, 70% increase in violent crimes, and a 200% increase in homicides. And people are saying this is not the community that we want to live in. Now, we have some great police departments that are in District 30. We've got the Prince William County Police Department, Town of Haymarket, City of Manassas Park Police Departments. But they'll tell you Richmond's not listening. Richmond is not listening to what they need to keep the community safe. So that's one of the big things that we hear at the doors. We also hear about the rise in cost of living. Northern Virginia is not a cheap place to live. We all know that when we're up here, but even more so recently, people are concerned about the cost that it takes to put food on the table. I'm a father of 6. My oldest is 18. Fortunately, we sent him down to Virginia Tech last week. But before that, I mean, my wife would come home from the grocery store almost in tears, seeing just the massive increases and what it costs us to put food on the table. And we're hearing those concerns from residents all across District 30. Lastly, we're hearing about issues related to parents' rights. Parents need to be at the forefront. They're concerned that they're sending their kids off to school and they don't know what's being taught in the classrooms. They don't know what teachers are telling them. And so we need to preserve that. We've pledged to do that. And I know I said that was the final thing, but actually there is sort of this common thread amongst all of it. And what I'm hearing when I'm talking to residents across the district is that Richmond is not listening. Their elected officials, their delegates and their senators are not listening to them. They said, you know what? We hear from them when it's election time. After that, we don't hear from them anymore. And I think that's a problem. It's a real issue that we're trying to rectify. Even before the election, we have had folks reach out to us and say, we know about crime that's happening in our community, but we don't know who to go to report it to. So I've gone with residents to the police department to report crime. We've had residents say, they've got concerns about things like data centers and overdevelopment, but the elected officials are not listening to them. So this is a core piece of what we're running on, and that is listening to and representing the people, because we all know that it's not we don't bow down before the government, but the government is through the consent of the people, and we want to restore that all across the Commonwealth.
Yeah, all across the nation. I mean, we need much more of that. Thank you for Thank you for articulating that. We have a question from Joe Eli, and I won't try to lead into it. Joe, why don't you go ahead and take it away?
Sure, thanks, Matt. Bill, these midterms historically have been low turnout elections. My concern statewide and as well as your district is that the Democrat base is more energized, more motivated, particularly perhaps over the issue of abortion, than the Republican base. Can you tell us what you've been trying to do to get the Republican base out in your district for this election?
Sure. I think it's a fair question, Joe, but I want to push back on you a little bit. I don't know that it's necessarily they're more motivated. I think it's that they're better funded. I think that the Democratic Party has ingested a massive amount of money into moving people out, and some of that is it's just a reality of what it is. But I can tell you, as we're out there, we're going to work our butts off, right? And if we're gonna try to raise the money, we're gonna get the money in to do what we need to do, but we're gonna win this election on sweat equity because we're out there, we're talking to people. My opponent is not knocking on doors. She's paying for people to go do it for us. Now we have help. We've got lots of activists and volunteers, but I'm out almost every day talking to voters, whether I'm by myself or out there with a team. I'm making sure that we're talking to folks and we're explaining to them that this election, even though it's a off cycle election as we have in Virginia, it's probably one of the most important elections that we will have in Virginia, because this is truly about the future of the Commonwealth. If we cannot get the governor's agenda through, which is a common sense agenda. It is not a divisive agenda. It is not a far right agenda. It is a common sense agenda. If we can't get it through, then I have serious concerns about the future of our state.
Thank you.
That's a good answer, Bill. And, I think we'll see at the end of this that we're going to ask you what it is that we can do to help you to inspire those voters to get to the polling place so that they can come out and vote for you and like candidates. So Clint, I think you wanted to ask him something about VMI, I believe.
Sure. Thanks for your candor so far, Bill. I like what I'm hearing. But my question is around VMI. I obviously have it in the background here on my picture. But the Spirit of VMI PAC, as Matt was told you in the outset, was formed to sort of support and defend VMI. And we support the time-honored values of integrity, leadership, patriotism, and the citizen soldier ethos that is really the essence of what VMI is all about. Can we count on your support in helping or you're supporting the Spirit of VMI PAC in our quest to keep those values alive and well at VMI?
But you can not only count on my support, but I pledge to you all that I will make it a priority for me, because I believe that the leadership that VMI creates for the next generation is critical, not just for our Commonwealth, but for our whole country.
Outstanding. Thank you, sir.
Well, I think after all that, everything I've heard, and I don't know what you guys think, but I'm seeing north-south head nods by my cohorts here, and we are the political action committee in the political action committee. So we're the subcommittee of the committee. So I think what we'd like to do is like to offer you our endorsement. That we will do what we can to help. We will offer financial assistance to the extent that we can do. But there's one thing you got to do first. You got to tell us that VMI is good on tape so that everybody gets it and we get you saying and committing to it.
So, well, Matt, Joe, Clint, I have to say, I'm extremely honored to receive the endorsement. VMI is a institution in our state that must remain, and I think that the opportunity that it offers our younger generation, the educational opportunities, the leadership, what it teaches with regards to integrity, I think is critically important. So the Virginia Military Institute is something that it's more than good. It's necessary for our country, and it creates opportunity for young people to experience that structured environment and to get that level of instruction that, quite honestly, it's very difficult to find in many other places.
Fantastic. I hope that we get to see you out on the campaign trail. I was talking with Thomas earlier on, your campaign manager, about a function you guys have this Friday out in Prince William with veterans, and we're going to try to get somebody out there so that we can give you one of these challenge coins or challenge poker chips,
Fantastic.
That say VMI is good, and we can shake your hand man to man.
I don't know if you can see in the video, I've got a whole thing of challenge coins back there. So I will gladly display that. So they'd really appreciate it.
You bet. And I'm hoping, so we're putting out the call to get somebody from Northern Virginia to be able to make the event. And Thomas is going to send me the specifics on it. If we're not able to do that, we'd love for you to come down on September 15th if you can. We're hoping to get somebody from the governor's office. We're hoping to get somebody from the attorney general's office to show up for our event that we will have. And we should have several different candidates that are that would be there from the Richmond area at Kindred Spirits Brewing for our second annual Spirit Fest. So we want to have a good time, drink some beer with you gents and ladies, and talk about what you're gonna do when you take over the Senate. What are we gonna do when we maintain the House?
I will gladly toast a beer with you, gentlemen.
All right. Okay. Well, thank you very much, sir. We will let you go. We have to talk about you behind your back now. So we'll cut this video, and we'll try to get it out by tomorrow. No promises on that, but we'll get it out soon. You've got the endorsement, and I don't believe we've cut a check for you yet, but that'll come here real soon.
Matt, really appreciate it. Joe, Clint, great to meet you, gentlemen, and thank you for the work that you're doing. It's really important.
Thanks, Bill.
Nice job. Thank you, Thomas.
Thank you, Bill. Yeah,
have a good evening.
Good job. Good
All
luck.
right. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.
And that was a great answer. He's right up there with Siobhan Dunham.
Yeah. I think I'm going to take that last bit and do a 1 minute Siobhan Donovan sort of clip out to send to people in addition to whatever we cut out of this. So 1 minute, how you doing on Bill Woolf?
Yeah, that may help him too, because I got to think there's a fair amount of VMI grads in his district.
He didn't bring up his federal experience as an investigator of human trafficking. I still think that would benefit us in the legislature to have someone with that experience.
Yeah. Okay.
Man, we're good. If y'all can give me dismissal, all those desiring to fall out, I'll go jump on the boys.